maximum alert. The $24 million running back might be out, while a defensive tackle mysteriously changes physique and role. The head coach is hiding his master plan, while an explosive draft prospect threatens to destroy our current backfield. 3 bombs about to explode at Soldier Field that will determine whether we dominate the conference or sink. The countdown has already begun. Only true fans who subscribe now will know the exclusives that will change the fate of the Chicago Bears forever. Do you dare to miss what's coming? The bomb is just exploded in Chicago, and what I'm about to reveal will completely change your perspective on the Bears' immediate future. D'Andre Swift, the running back we paid $24 million for just a year ago, might be packing his bags much sooner than anyone expected. Why would a team get rid of a Pro Bowl running back after just 1 season? I'll tell you this, because Ben Johnson wants it that way. The same coach who already got rid of Swift in Detroit might repeat the pattern in Chicago. Coincidence? I think not. Let's analyze the facts. Swift averaged just 3.8 yards per carry last season, his lowest mark in his career. Yes, our offensive line was a disaster, but Johnson expected more explosiveness, more impact. And now, with the draft around the corner and Ashton Genie shining as the jewel everyone wants, the pieces are aligning for a seismic move. According to ESPN, the team is in love with Genie. I ask you, if they have the chance to select him with the 10th pick, do you really think they keep Swift with his $8 million annual contract? I believe those $8 million could be better invested in other areas of need. The biggest obstacle to a possible trade is precisely that salary. What team would be willing to take on $8 million for a running back who didn't meet expectations last year? The window is narrow, but if there's a time to make this move, it's now before the season begins. And while the future of our backfield is up in the air, something equally unsettling is happening on our defensive line. Gervin Dexter, our interior tackle selected just a year ago, showed up at the facilities with a noticeably different physique. Leaner, more defined. Why would an interior tackle be losing weight? I'll tell you this, because maybe he won't be an interior tackle anymore. I ask you, did you notice how defensive line coach Jeremy Garrett literally activated the smoke machine when asked directly about Dexter's role for this season? We don't have a depth chart per se, Garrett said. Really? What coach mentions the depth chart without being specifically asked about it? One that's trying to hide something big, I assure you. The evidence is clear. Dexter already played 144 snaps outside his natural position last year, with 132 over the tackle and 12 completely on the outside. With a new defensive scheme and the need to generate pressure from multiple angles, everything indicates they are preparing Dexter for a hybrid role, or possibly a complete change to defensive end. I believe this could be brilliant or disastrous. There's no middle ground. Dexter has the ideal physique to dominate. With his 6'6", but now lighter, he might have the necessary speed to beat offensive tackles on the outside. PFF rated him as number 28 among 219 interior defensive linemen, which isn't bad for a rookie, but clearly, the team believes they can get more out of him in a different position. The big question is how this will affect our draft picks. If they plan to move Dexter to the outside, does it mean they won't take a pass rusher in the early rounds? Or maybe they're keeping all options open. I ask you, what would you prefer? Strengthening the interior of the defensive line in the draft, or looking for another edge rusher to complement Sweat? And returning to our backfield, Swift's future in Chicago might be entirely tied to what happens in the draft next week. If Ashton Genie is available when it's our turn with the 10th pick, it would be shocking for the Bears not to take him. And that would change everything for Swift. Swift amassed 959 yards in his first season with us, falling just short of 1,000. He received a personal record of 253 carries. The numbers seem decent on paper, but I'll tell you this, we all watched the games. Swift wasn't the explosive and forceful running back we expected when we signed him. If Genie comes to Chicago, Not only would he take the starting position from Swift, but he could send him straight out of town. As Mo Moten of Bleacher Report points out, Swift has lived this movie before. Dandre Swift only played one season with the Detroit Lions under the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, because the team traded him to the Philadelphia Eagles in April 2023. I think it's incredibly telling that Johnson, now as our head coach, might be looking to reconfigure his backfield again, leaving Swift experiencing deja vu as trade bait after the arrival of a high pick in his position. But what if the Bears don't get Jeanty? I ask you, how valuable would a selected running back have to be to justify letting go of Swift? If we take a running back in the second round with picks 39 or 41, it would also be a clear sign that Swift isn't in the long-term plans. The situation becomes more interesting from pick 72. A running back selected in the third round or later probably wouldn't pose an immediate threat to Swift's role as a starter. It could be more of a compliment, allowing Swift to maintain his position as the team's main running back. But we must also consider the value Swift could bring even if he's not the main running back. I'll tell you this, in his 5 seasons in the NFL, Swift has proven to be a reliable receiver coming out of the backfield, with 237 receptions for 1,798 yards and 8 touchdowns in his career. Even last year with us, he caught 42 passes for 386 yards. Could Swift transition to a more reception-focused role, complementing a more powerful runner between tackles? I believe so, and this would significantly elevate Caleb Williams' passing floor. Having a safety valve of Swift's quality will be invaluable for the development of our franchise. Quarterback Swift was selected to the Pro Bowl in 2023 with the Eagles. Perhaps with a renewed offensive line and under the direction of an offensive coach like Johnson, he could regain that level of play. Or maybe Johnson has already seen enough in Detroit to know that Swift isn't the answer he's looking for. Whatever the final decision, the coming days will be crucial for the future of our backfield and defensive line. The moves we make in the draft will tell us everything we need to know about the direction this new regime wants to take. I ask you, what would you do? Trade Swift and bet everything on a rookie like Jeanty. Keep Swift, but in a reduced role. And what do you think about the apparent role change for Dexter? Is it a smart move, or are we trying to be too creative with a player who's still developing? The countdown to the draft has begun, and with it, the future of the Chicago Bears is about to take shape. If you want to stay updated on all the moves, analysis, and reactions, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Also, let me know in the comments which direction you think the team should take. Do you support a trade for Swift? Do you think Dexter should stay inside or move outside? Which player would you like to see selected with our 10th pick? Share your opinions and let's create a real conversation about the future of our franchise. This is your chance to be part of our community of true Bears fans, where we analyze every move with passion and knowledge. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and become part of the most passionate family in the entire NFL. See you in the next video with all the draft news and much more.